What's up, cutie pies? Today we're talking about 5 things that I love about my NC Miata. They're in no particular order, just wanted to share these things with you guys, and I think you would like a lot of these too if you decide to pick one of these up, which you definitely should. These are not in order like I said. The first one is the community. Now, this car I feel like suits me perfectly. I'm 27. All of the Miata guys have been so cool. Every time I drive by, they'll give me a thumbs up, they'll acknowledge me. They seem to be around my age, so it seems to be the sweet spot if you're looking to be in that range, I guess. A lot of the NA and NB guys are a bit younger than me, and then ND people, honestly, from what I've seen, usually just don't acknowledge Miatas at all. But that's okay too. I think that'll come around with time. But really, anybody who sees this car, I feel like it's really hard to get mad at this car. For example, if you have like a BMW, Mercedes, a lot of times people kind of assume maybe you're not the nicest person. But with this car, little kids, as I'm driving down the street, will be pointing at it and just like freaking out. Older people will stop me at the gas station and start like strike up a conversation about it. And then, like I said, people my age kind of know what it is and are just hyped to see it as well. So the community for this car, as far as people that are interested in it, want to talk about it, also if you need any help, the forums and just all the modability, really, really great. And honestly, it's so refreshing to have people that know about my car, especially after coming from the Volvo C30, which I also loved, but that was not the case with that car. Okay, continuing off that last point about modability, this car seems like it was just designed to be modified. Like the engineers knew that they were going to set it up perfectly for most people, but those people that want to take it a step further or make the car a little more serious or personalized, they left a lot of room for that. And when I say a lot of room, I literally mean a lot of room. Look at that wheel gap. That is something I desperately need to address. I would love this car to be lower, but I have already put these FD RX-7 wheels on it, which I really, really love and think suit the car so well. There are so many mods available for this car: engine mods, suspension, interior, even little things like gauges, body kits. There's so much that you can do to this car. To be honest, the looks have grown on me a lot. Not saying like it needs a lot or it looks really bad, but the option to be able to do so much and affordably, I think is a huge, huge plus for this car. So if you're looking to mod, I feel like the NC is perfect because it needs to be lowered, it needs to be louder, and I feel like it'll only get better the more that you modify it. Not saying that it's bad by any means out of the box, but if you're that type of person, this is a great platform to pick up. Where'd they go? Oh, there you are. Glad you're still here. The third thing is the soft top. Let's talk about the soft top a little bit. I'll show you some clips, but genuinely, I just love how easy and simple it is, and that I feel like I have 2 different cars in one. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Watch just how easy this is. Crazy. Pretty wild, right? So not only is it quick and easy, it's so simple. Just this one latch right here. Now it's off. The thing is, I never have to worry about it breaking because of some electronics. If I'm stuck in traffic, which I probably shouldn't have done this, but on the freeway, sometimes if it's just way too hot, I'll just slow down and even do it on the freeway. It's so easy, and it makes it feel like you have 2 completely different cars. With the top on, is it loud? Yeah, but you're sheltered from the elements and the car feels pretty claustrophobic and small, but kind of cozy in a way. But then when it's off, it's like the whole world opens up to you. It's such a good design. It even lays flat in the back, which I really like. I'll get you another clip for that. But seriously, soft top, amazing. I can't say anything about the hard top. I'm sure that's great too. But for me, soft top all the way, baby. Here's what I'm talking about. It just folds down so nice and neat. Perfect. And that actually protects the glass, and you don't have to worry about like weather stripping or anything being exposed to the sun. It's all hidden away. Well done, Mazda. All right, let's get to the next one and the fun part, driving. Let's start it up, and I'm going to talk you through the number one reason. I know I said these aren't in order, But seriously, if you haven't driven any Miata, go drive a Miata. Let's talk about why. Gotta do the switch up real quick, you know what I'm saying? Get the sunnies on. So my next point, driving the car. What it was made to do, and made damn well, I will say. So I'm gonna put the windows up so you guys can hear me a little bit better. But man, very few things exist like this car. Number one reason being the weight. But then on top of that, this car, it's just so engaging. Every shift, every clutch input, every little dance of the wheel, you see that movement. It's hydraulic steering, which I think is gonna be really hard to find in the future. The car just feels like it wants to rev all the time. It revs to pretty much 7,500 RPM, which is wild. And is it fast? Not really, but that's not the point. And if you think that's the point with this car, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you accept it for what it is, like right now, I'm gonna take this corner. Let's see. That's what this car is about. That's what it's about. Now we rub it out. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Honestly, just keeping it simple, it's really hard not to smile when you're driving this car. All the engagement is just, you feel like you're in total control of everything, especially with a manual, which I absolutely recommend if you can. And it's just, it doesn't matter. You have a bad day or you had a good day, you just get out and drive in one of these and it just makes it better, whether it's bad or good. Like I said, it's such a nice, present experience. And you're out in the environment, you're out in the elements, I should say. Yeah, I got the sun on my face, I got this wind, you play some of your favorite music. It's just a good time. It's just such a good time. And I think that's something that other cars that are a lot cooler or maybe even just more serious or powerful, they have other attributes that make them fun. But they don't have this. They don't have this carefree, fun, tossable, lightweight, simple, and honestly, low stress experience. Because let's face it, this car is nothing super fancy or expensive, but that's part of what makes it so good. You don't have to worry about it, just drive it, enjoy it. So again, it's hard to sum up into words. Hopefully my face helps, but just go drive one if you haven't. And I think within just a couple shifts, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the last thing, the final thing I love about this car is the compromise. That might sound a little contradictory, but there's a lot of compromise with this car. You only have 2 seats, you have no storage, it gets loud, so it's not for everybody. But I think that's what makes it special. When something is for everyone and everyone can do it, it kind of loses that special quality. But you do have to compromise. You have to accept some things with this car. And because of that, every time you drive it, it feels like an occasion. And one of my favorite things since I got this car was just taking people for drives in it. I've taken my grandma, I've taken my mom, my brother, I've taken some shotties, if you know what I'm saying, and my friends, of course. But everybody just seems to be so excited about the car and enjoys the experience. And if you're going on a long trip or any trip really, you just have to be really intentional about what you bring, and you kind of have to plan it out a little bit more. Maybe take some back roads, make a little more stops. And I like that about the car. It changes things. It changes things from just driving to a whole experience. And again, going back to what I said about everyone kind of loving this car, a lot of different people can enjoy it. Like I said, my grandma's enjoyed it. My friends have enjoyed it. My family otherwise has enjoyed it. People my age, people older, even kids, I'm sure would have a great time here. So I really, really like that aspect, and that has been my favorite thing, is just sharing the car with others. I've let so many people drive the car just because I want them to experience it, and it's not stressful. I'm not worried about them breaking the car or something bad happening. It's just a friendly, low stress experience. So I'm gushing now, and I will have a video about 5 things I hate about the car coming up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Format was a little bit different this time too. Let me know what you think. I'm still new here, trying to improve each and every time, so I really appreciate your feedback and you subscribing if you liked what you saw. So those are my 5 things. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time. Cutie pies.